Alias.
Alias is here.
Here, I'm here
Next,
already.
Roslinda.
Yes.
Is that clear, my line? Because since I am at ILD Perak, so we have a problem with internet connection, and I have a special, the organizer provided me with a special room here using the direct line, internet direct line. Really hope that my internet is okay. If it's not okay, please let me know. Yeah.
All right. I think you're all right. I can hear you clearly. I hope you can hear me clearly as well because my internet is not that good here. Okay, so at the moment it's okay. All right. So good morning again, everyone. Assalamualaikum. Participants here today, we have 204, 205. I think later some more will join us because we have a total of actually 271 this semester going for practicum. Students will come and join us in a few minutes. So this session today by Dr. Roslinda Alias, her title, Universal in Learning, Utilizing Technology for All. So that is a very important topic. Did I lose you guys? Hilang sekejap tadi. My internet connection yang hilang ke?
A little bit on
Your
and
internet
off.
connection. Your internet connection, Dr. Farhana.
Now she is gone.
I thought mine is worse because I am at Perak.
Yeah.
The training center for UiTM over here, the internet connection is quite poor. Luckily, the organizer lent me a special room for me for this session. Alhamdulillah. Really hope the internet connection is okay throughout our session, inshallah. So, how, Dr.
Okay,
Sharifah,
all right.
would you?
Okay, never mind. Let me take over. Yeah. Okay, let me take over. First, let me greet everybody. Assalamualaikum and good morning to our speaker today, TS Associate Professor Dr. Roslinda Alias. And we also have our special guest, Dr. Barcelona, Dean of Teacher Education Program from Laudes College, Philippines, all the way from Philippines. Welcome, Doctor.
Good morning. Thank you very much, Dr. Sharifah. Good morning.
Morning. Yeah, thank you for being here together with your students. Yeah, I believe there are about 30 students also doing practicum, yeah, from your college. Okay. So Dr. Roslinda Alias, you have to speak English all the way because we have our guest from Philippines. Okay, and students, are you all ready? Yeah, to hear a special talk on special education. Yeah, Dr. For your information, Dr. Barcelona and students, Dr. TS, Dr. Roslinda is an expert, yeah, our expert in the field of special education. Yeah, she has received many awards in this area, and she is the what do we say? The advocator. Yeah, yeah. The strong figure, yeah, in the university. She is now the director of special unit, yeah, for the university. Okay, and with all these experiences, yeah, and knowledge about special education, I know students, you are not going to school and dealing with special education students, yeah, but it is good to have knowledge in this area, yeah. Who knows, maybe you will be in contact or you will become interested yeah, in dealing with special education students, either during your practicum or in future for your actual teaching experiences. So without further ado, let us listen to Dr. Roslinda Alias. What is
Okay,
yours?
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Thank you very much, my dear colleague, Dr. Sharifah Muzlia. We are in the same department, Alhamdulillah. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul 'uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. Alhamdulillah. Thank you very much, everybody, and congratulations to everybody here. You gonna do your practicum soon, yeah? Oh, you started your practicum? Not yet, yeah? Dr. Sharifah, Dr. Leah, they are not started yet, am I right? Oh,
No,
not yet. Okay, thank you, Nurul.
this week is their pre
Practicum.
practicum, and
Alright,
next
alright.
week they will go for school orientation for 1 week,
Okay,
and
that's
the week after is their actual practicum.
Alhamdulillah. Congratulations again for both. Uh, in Philippines, I also has been told by Dr. Lia and also Dr. Khadijah. With us is Dr. Barcelona, Dean. Hello, Dr. Barcelona. And then
Hello, ma'am.
actually, I knew you already because you are quite you are quite active with our faculty. But unfortunately, I'm quite busy with my as a director of UITM Disability Services Unit in Shah Alam. So basically, I just actually look from afar the activities at education actually. Luckily, Alhamdulillah, today they call me back in bahasa we call as sirih pula ke ganggang. You can just Google later on. Inshallah, I try my best to share my experience and also my knowledge in this specialization. Actually, I am not educationist. I am an inclusive educationist. I'm more towards inclusive education, not special education. But special education is part of my area. So inshallah, I try my best on how we can actually look at the overall how can technology help us in dealing with disabled student. Bear in mind, maybe majority of your students in future in during your practicum won't be a disabled student. All right. However, maybe yeah, there also disabled inside our class without our knowing. Since some I don't know in Philippines the practice over there, but in Malaysia, those disabled students or disabled people, even though we have a disabled card, special card for disabled and special treatment for our disabled, but not everybody who are disabled in Malaysia is registered. They would not actually they do not want to register to be disabled, and actually they enter to our mainstream education. So we don't know yet, since we are fully online later. So maybe we do not know he or she in our class is disabled. Sometimes we do not know because since we are in the because they are not registered in Malaysia, yeah. So even in UiTM also, not all disabled students who are entered to our system registered properly, formally as a disabled student, disabled people. So this is the role of our unit to recognize them, to search for them so that they will be in our territory. We can help them throughout the system. Okay. So allow me to share my PowerPoint. All right. So do not say that I'm not dealing with OKU. In Bahasa we call it OKU, yeah, or disabled student. Even though you are in mainstream, yeah, we have special education and we have mainstream student. So do not actually say that no, the disability issues is not related to me, since some of our students from Faculty of Education has been sent to special education to teach them when you are in the service. Yeah, so be prepared for that, and then be prepared also. uh, some of the disabled students are not born as disabled. They become the disabled student in the system due to the illness, due to the accidents, yeah. So we have so many factors that lead us to disability issues. So basically, I can say that here, I would like to stress here to everybody, we have 50% of chances becoming a disabled. Yeah, again, we have 50% of probability becoming disabled throughout our life. So do not say that disability issues is not related to us, particularly to the future teachers. All right. So today our discussion will be more on the universal design in education. Yeah, this is more towards inclusive education, utilizing technology for education for all. So we want to make sure that everybody can get education regardless who they are. Yeah. So my name is Roslinda Alias. Maybe you don't know what is TS. TS is technologies. Technologies is those who are technology specialists in Malaysia. We have one board of governance under Malaysian Boards of Technologies. It is a professional board. So we have to apply and we have to renew our license every year. So we have to apply for it. And we have a special examination. So if we actually got TS, so it is technologies. Yeah. My name is Roslinda Alias. I am an associate professor from Faculty of Education, and I am also director of UITM Disability Services Unit.
The director.
Okay, so before we go further, this is one of my so this is one of my emas for us. So sorry, is there someone asked me? Aina Balkis? Aina Balkis? Aina Balkis, you are speaking. Do you have any question? Okay, no. So make sure your sitting position is an ergonomic state. Yeah, please sit straight. Yeah, and your chair or seat is comfortable enough for you. Yeah, because we have 2 hours. Yeah, set the lighting of your laptop or mobile phone screen in moderate mode, and set the sound level of the laptop or mobile phone to 50% of the maximum sound capacity. Remember, if you have exposure more on the sound, yeah, more than 80 decibel every day, so it will actually affect your hearing and you will become deaf in future. Yeah, so be careful. Please take care of your ear and do stretching exercises. And don't worry, this session we have a break, 5 minutes break after 20 or 30 minutes discussion. Okay, all right. So before we proceed, I need everybody to go here, menti.com, and use the code 18215709. I need you to go here first because I want to know who we are, who you are. Okay? Okay? Go to menti.com and then use the code 18215709. Because I would like to know whether is there any disabled here. Don't worry, I will not know who you are. Yeah. So I need you to go to menti.com and use the code 18215709. Okay, so 10 of you said that you are not disabled. This is very important, yeah. And then I advise everybody to have this session early in the semester before you start your practical and ask your student who they are. Yeah, because we need to know maybe somehow they are disabled. We do not know. So if they are disabled, so we have to cater for their needs. Yeah, again, even though they are mainstream students, but somehow some parents will send their children, disabled children, to the mainstream school. Yeah. So we have to know, we need to know who our students, who are our audience. Yeah. So, okay, majority here, 80 student, 82 student, all right. So far, there is no disabled here. Yeah, wait another 1 minute before we proceed. Don't worry, I do not know who you are. And I will not search who you are. Okay, I just want to know who are you, who who are my audience. All right, majority said here you are not disabled. Oh, we have one learning disabled. Okay. Do not shy to declare. I don't know who you are. Okay. It is very important to know who are our audience so that we can cater for their needs. Yeah. Okay, it is stop. Okay, another 30 seconds before we stop. See, we have mentally disabled. Don't worry, I do not know who you are. I just want to know who you are. We just want to know who you are. So out of 115 students, yeah, 15 participants, we have 117. See, we have 117 participants. 2 of you are learning disabled. 2 of you are mentally disabled. Okay. Okay, I think we stop here. So time to time, I'm gonna look at back here. Okay, I just print screen here. Oops. Okay. All right. We just put here. See, as you can see here, even though here we have 2 of us are learning disabled and 2 of us are mentally disabled. See? So do not say that even though you are going to the mainstream school, you will not encounter with disability issues. Definitely you will. Yeah, you guys, you will. Yeah. All right. Another one. How old are you? This is very important, especially for if we have different audiences, because different audience needs different approach. Yeah, I need to know who you are. So if you are majority of 51 to 60 years old, I have another method of giving the speech or discussion. Yeah. See, we have, oh, see this one, definitely 36 to 40 are lecturers. Okay, majority, I think you are between 20 to 30 years old, yeah? Because I am 44 years old, so I fall into 41 to 50 years old. Okay, so I think I am among the oldest one here, senior one here, beside Dr. Lia. All right. Okay, I can say that majority here are between 20 to 30 years old, so I know how to tackle the issues. How to my audience now is very very young, so definitely we have to we have to actually make sure our teaching and learning are actually can cater for this group. Okay, thank you very much. All right. Okay, I proceed. So I would like to introduce to the audience. I know you know UITM, but I would like to highlight again for our Philippines friends. So actually UITM or University Technology Mara is the largest university in Malaysia with 34 campuses all over Malaysia, and we have nearly 200k students, and we have 18 K++ staff and over 504 programs all over Malaysia. And UITM Disability Services Unit, it is a new unit. I joined and I become the first director of UITM DSU, which established as in 1st of November 2019. And our office is actually directly under UITM Vice Chancellor Office. In other words, my direct boss is my immediate boss is our Datuk Vice Chancellor. And we are cater not only for students, yeah, we are also taking care of our staff with disabilities and also our staff with disabled dependents. Meaning, if our staff have children with disabilities or parent with disabilities. So actually they are part of our UITM disabilities community, sorry. So this is just let you know our function here, yeah, uh, to coordinate and management of our, our PWDs at all level of UITM to ensure that our PWDs have full access to the teaching and learning and life, yeah, and empowering our disabled friends here and to increase awareness. Okay, these are actually our main. All right. Okay, you have another activity. Yeah, you ready? So if you have any question, you can just ask me via voice or maybe via chatting, ya, chat system kita, our chat system, ya. Alright. Well, is this picture beautiful? You can see here, this is very serene environment, yeah. What do you think? Is this beautiful for you? Can you see? Is it very beautiful? You see black? Akmal, what about other people? No, you cannot see the picture. This is very beautiful picture actually. Black. Black, alright. In Malay, if you see black, so 3 times of Jumaat. See you, 3 times of Jumaat. Yes, very beautiful. Okay, black. Sweet black. Can you see this? This picture showed the lovely scenery of colorful tulips. I love tulips actually. White, red, pink, green, and yellow. And I took this picture back 2019 before the COVID-19 pandemic in Taso Lake Resort Perlis. So those from Perlis State, you have to go here. Okay, black is my new white. All right, can you see this? Can you see this? This is very lovely picture actually. I can see this. Very beautiful. Okay, lovely. Yes, I can see. Okay. All right. Never mind. Okay. So again, this is picture that I just stated just now. Is this lovely picture? What do you think? Yeah, lovely picture. Right, tulips. Yeah, now we can see it. All right. Okay. Okay. Okay, I'm going to enlarge this. I cannot see. All right. Yes, very beautiful. For those who are staying in the north south and the north area of Malaysia, you can just have visit this. Okay. I thought my laptop is a problem. Has a problem. Okay. Yeah, Christine. Yes, it is very beautiful. All right. Okay. Again, if you have any question, you can ask me, or maybe you can just ask via voice. Yeah. Amsterdam, not Amsterdam. It is at Perlis, Hanis. All right. again, before I start our discussion on universal design in education, I would like to congratulate to Faculty of Education, UiTM, on the organization of this program. I am so delighted to be here to be part of the program. Congratulations. Can you hear me now? Yes. All right. Okay. Good. Okay. Another activity. Okay. This time around, I would like to ask one of you, yeah, to be part of the participant. Okay, any one of you. Okay, one of you. Asfar. Okay, someone has nominated Asfar. Can you hear me? Or other people, other student can just
Yes.
join me?
Yes. Yes,
Asfar.
doctor.
Asfar.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, Asfar, good.
My name
Okay, here,
Anspa.
Asfar, I'm going to show you boxes and then the pictures here, not pictures lah. It is quite a boxes with the words. Yeah, I would like you to actually look at that and then tell us the color of the box. Yeah, the color of the box. Understand? As far? And then
Yes.
you are not allowed to think. You just see immediately after you see the boxes. Understand?
Understand.
Understand, okay? Okay, I'm going to show you now. Ready? Okay, say it fast. Okay, ready, Asma?
Ready.
Alright, good. Ah, cepat.
Yellow, blue, red, green.
Ah,
Green, purple, yellow, red. Pink, uh,
ah, ah,
gray,
ah,
orange.
ah, ah,
Orange.
ah, ah,
Peach, orange.
ah.
Ah,
Again, again.
purple, gray, indigo, orange.
Tribago, Adam. Alright. Thank you very much. Alright. So I don't want you to answer this question. I just want you to ponder from our three activities just now. You don't have to answer yet. Yeah. What do you think about the barriers you faced? The first one, the second activities, and the last one. Okay. You don't have to answer yet. Do the barriers you faced just now due to your conditions? Or there is nothing wrong with your conditions, but was more on the external factors. Okay, you don't have to answer. This is for you to ponder, to think before we go for our break. 5 minutes break. Okay, 5 minutes break. See you after this. Okay, are you with me? Please type Y in our chat so that I will know that you are with me. W, not WY, eh? Alright, thank you guys for being here with me. You have to bear with me for about another 1.5 hours. Okay, but don't worry, we will have short break for each 20 to 30 minutes. Okay, don't worry. Okay, sikitnya. Only some of you just said why. Okay, right. Okay, this is also one of the ways on how to make sure that your student via online to be with you. We can detect them. If they are not with us, they won't actually joining the chat discussion. Okay, this is one of the things to make sure that are actually we make sure that they are actively participating in our discussion. Right? Thank you everybody. Okay. Uh, uh, Students from Philippines, Dr. Basaluna, if you have any question, you can just ask me via chat, or maybe you can just ask directly over here, because we are over here. If even though we are actually open to everybody, this is a discussion, not only one to one not only one way discussion. Yeah. Okay, Akmal, even the answer is different, doctor. Yes, if different, you can ask. Just now, Akmal, I asked you to type why you ask the question, for instance. Yeah. So basically, as long as there are interactions with you and your students. Yeah. Okay. So basically, make sure keep on updating and make sure there is a break between your class. Yeah. Do not just directly, if you have to teach two times. Yeah. Two blocks of time, for instance, 40 minutes, if I'm not mistaken. So make sure there is also a gap between the relax and refresh, recharge between your session. Right? Okay. Thank you, Akmal, for the question. Okay. Again, okay, this one I would like you to answer. Maybe you can just answer directly here, or you can type from our activities just now. What do you think about the barriers that you face? First of all, when you can't hear my voice. Second, sorry, first of all, you can see the picture. The second one, you can't hear my voice. The third one, I will directly ask Asfar later on. Okay, the first one, what do you think about the barrier you face? Do the barrier you face just now due to your conditions, or merely more on external factors? You can answer in bahasa also, yeah. Because I have to do this session in English because we have a special guest from Philippines. So in chat, you can just answer in bahasa. If you think it is due to my condition. Akmal, why you said that due to your conditions? Akmal, visual barrier, yes, visual audio barrier due to external factors that are not within our control. Yes, okay, not due to your conditions actually, because I can see that most of you, majority, are not disabled, right? So basically, can you imagine if we just discuss, okay, if we have a blind student inside our class and we just showed our picture, and you asked just now, just like I did, is this picture is beautiful? So she or he can't see. So basically, when we have disabled, especially if we have blind or visually disabled student inside our class, so please, you have to read the picture. Read the picture. You show and then you read. Okay, for instance, okay, now we have a very beautiful scenery in Tasik Lasso and so on so forth. You have to describe the picture. Okay, so I just give a few things, a few conditions over there just now to make sure that actually it as pretending that you are disabled. And the second one, if you still remember just now, I just speak without the CC or the subtitle. So if we have hearing disabled, hearing impaired student in our class, they can't hear us. So how can they receive our information? So that's why we need to have the subtitle, as I did just now. Okay, I would like to ask Asfar. Asfar, are you here with me? Ke dah
Yes,
lari?
yes,
I
yes,
think I thought
doctor.
you are leaving the group. Okay,
Oh,
Asfar,
cannot.
just now, during our third activity, I asked you to speak beyond the, if you still remember just now, I gave the different color of the box and different word. You have to speak the color. You have to tell us the colors. So how do you feel? You can answer in bahasa also. How do you feel uh, when you finish the task? Asfar,
At first, I feel confused.
confused.
Because of the word can not same with the color of the box.
Okay, after that, and you took some time to comprehend, am I right? To switch the color and the words. Am I right? Asfar?
Yes, yes, doctor.
Yeah. Yeah. And what about
Yeah.
others? Do you Okay, thank you, Asfar. What about others? Do you feel did you face the similar condition with Asfar? Guys? You have to. Yes. Okay, good. Yes, thank you, thank you. Yeah, this is actually a simple simulation of learning disabled. Simple simulation because we have so many types of learning disabled. Somehow, when we have a slow learners, again, the high probability you will face slow learners inside the mainstream is very high. Yeah? Very high because somehow the parents they do not detect earlier because sometimes they may say that even though his or her children is not performs in the class, so they assume his or her children is actually not disabled. And we have many cases the when they detected quite late, a little bit late. So basically, definitely they are actually in our class also. Okay, so that the third activity is actually the simulation of uh, the learning disabled. The simple one, the simplest one, because we have so many type of learning disabilities. Yeah. Okay. All right. Thank you very much for your for your interaction just now. Okay, so I would like to bring this picture. As you can see, okay, we have a picture on one examiner. In front of him is a bird, a monkey, a penguin, an elephant. I think you have seen this picture before, right? And then a fish, a sea lion, and a dog. So according to the examiner, for a fair selection, everybody has to take the same examination. Please climb that tree. In your opinion, which animal will reach first to the the tree? How do you feel about the examination here? The monkey, the bird, monkey. Not fair, unfair, unfair exam. Not fair enough. Okay, unfair. Okay, the fish already on the tree. How? That one is not on the tree, dear. Very creative, Akmal. Thank you. All right. The size. Everyone has their own capabilities. Yes, Anissa. The size. Okay. Actually, when we talk about this picture, this analogy is what happened in our education system. We expect everybody to answer the same question without acknowledging the capabilities and the background of our student. Right? So as teacher, please make sure you acknowledge everybody in your class. Sorry, I forgot to open my camera actually. I'm so sorry. Okay. All right. All right. So before we go further, I would like to introduce to everybody, yeah, the persons with disabilities in Malaysia. I'm not sure, maybe you can just share with me, our Philippines friends, the definition of persons with disabilities in Philippines. In Malaysia, according to our uh, Person with Disabilities Act 2008, this is from Malaysian perspective, we have 7 categories of PWDs or disabled person: visual disability, hearing disability, speech disability, physical disability, learning difficulties or learning disability, mental disability, and any combinations of the disabilities just now. Yeah. So I'm not sure in Philippines is because different country has different definitions. And for your information, when we have learning difficulties, disabilities, so under learning difficulties, yeah, we have so many types. Under, oh, same. All right, thank you, Dr. Barcelona, same. All right. So under learning difficulties, we have autism, we have Down syndrome, we have slow learners, we have intellectual disabled students, we have you name it, some of that lah, yeah, global delay and so on so forth, yeah. So falls under learning difficulties. For mental disability, they are not crazy. Usually in Malaysia, I can say, I'm not sure in Philippines, there is a stigma when we talk about OKU mental or mental disability, mentally disabled people. So we assume that they are crazy people. No, because under mental disability, we have so many types, including schizophrenia, we have mood disorder, we have what else? We have instant, we have bipolar. Yes, we have so many disability type of disabilities under mental disability. Again, mental disability is not crazy. Yeah, psychopath. Yeah, so basically it is bad, but not everybody who are mentally disabled is crazy. Okay. Yeah, bipolarism. Yes, betul. Yes, Dr. Barcelona, yes. Alright. So, okay, I'm so sorry. I'm using this term. This is for Malaysian. I would like to ask my Malaysian students, yeah. Person with disabilities, the definition, is that orang kelana upaya or orang kurang upaya? Okay, if you think orang kelana upaya, just type 1. If you think OKU is orang kurang upaya, type 2. One, okay, one, okay, 2, 1, right? I can see majority said 1. I prefer 1, but I think 2. 1, 1, okay. At first, I thought it is 2. 1, 2, oh, itu tipu. Akmal, choose only 1, okay? Okay, majority said 1. Okay, I'm so sorry, our Philippine friend, because I have to also introduce this term for our Malaysian student because we have different definitions used in Malaysia. Okay, alright. Okay, so thank you, Dr. Barcelona. Okay, so we have Person with Disabilities Act or Akta Orang Kurang Upaya 2008. So the formal actually definition for person with disabilities in bahasa is orang kurang upaya. Especially when we in the formal one, yeah, in the during our speech, during our writing, formal writing, please use orang kurang upaya. You can use orang kelana upaya, but if you want to change that orang kurang upaya to orang kelana upaya, you have to table it again in the parliament because our act, our Person with Disability Act is Akta Orang Kurang Upaya. So please, actually, I need everybody, Malaysian here, yeah, Malaysian student here. So please use orang kurang upaya instead of orang kelainan upaya. Okay? Alright. Okay. Yes, yes, Dr. Lia. OKU is people with disabilities. Okay, so in bahasa also first, because I have to define this so that our Malay student, Malaysian student know. Okay, what is orang kurang upaya is as in the act. Sorry. Termasuklah mereka yang mempunyai kekurangan jangka panjang fizikal, mental, intelek atau deria yang apabila berinteraksi dengan pelbagai halangan, if you still remember the barriers we faced just now, boleh menyekat penyertaan penuh dan penyertaan berkesan mereka ke dalam masyarakat. In English. Okay. So basically, disability is an evolving concept that disability results from the interaction of between person with disabilities. I'm so sorry, hold on. Person with disabilities and also attitudinal and environment barriers that hinders them to full and effective participation in society on equal basis with person with disabilities. This is what we have the definition of person with disabilities or OKU, orang kurang upaya in bahasa. Okay. And then again, when we talk about person with disabilities, usually in Malaysia, I'm not sure in Philippines, we are using this symbol to to picture the person with disabilities. Okay, hold on. Okay, so actually the type of visibilities we have two: visible disabilities and invisible disabilities. Unfortunately, in Malaysia particularly, when we talk about OKU or disabled people, our mind will say that all OKUs, all disabled is visible because we are using the wheelchair symbol. Yes, it is a universal symbol, Dr. Lia. However, in some countries they are no longer using this. But basically, majority are using this. But the impact is when we use this, actually we think that disability should be visible. However, we have also invisible disabilities. As you can see here again, I just bring back the definition of disabilities. We have visual disabilities. At some point, we cannot distinguish between those who are visually disabled and non-visually disabled, except if he is or she is totally blind using the white cane, cannot walk. But if he or she can see with the assistive spectacles, so basically we cannot distinguish them whether they are visual or visual disability or not. So this is somehow visual disability actually may visible and may invisible. Hearing disability, we have totally deaf and also we have also the partially deaf. So especially in Malaysia, we have so many students who are in UiTM who are wearing hijab. They are wearing the hearing aids, so we can see his or her disability. Even though now the technology now, uh, the hearing aid is so small, we can't see. They are wearing the hearing aids. So at some point, hearing disability also is an invisible disability. Speech disability started the hiccups. Sometimes something they cannot actually speak fluently. So they are just like us, but whenever they speak, we know that they are speech disability. But if they just silent, we do not know. This is what we call as invisible disability. However, physical disability, we can see most of them. Unfortunately, there is also invisible physical disability where it I have a few of my students, our disabled student in UITM. If we see, they claim they are physical disabled, but we can't see. They are sitting on the wheelchair or they can walk just like us. However, they have a spine problem. They cannot stand for prolonged stand where they cannot just sit for in a very lengthy times. So they have that disability. And again, invisible disability, we talk about learning difficulties. Some of learning difficulties, we can see, for instance, Down syndrome. Yeah, but some of them we can't see. For instance, autism, our autism children, yeah, our slow learners, they're just like us, yeah, and so on and so forth, yeah. And mental disability also, we cannot distinguish whether you are mentally disabled or not. As we can see just now, we have two of our friends are mentally disabled and two of our friends are learning disabled, and maybe in combinations of this disability. So basically, bear in mind, we have again two types of disabilities: visible and and invisible. So be careful, because if we have a when you go to the school, please bear in mind with these two types of disabilities. Okay. Any questions so far before we proceed here? Any questions so far? You can ask directly. You can just interrupt me, and you can, or maybe you can ask via chat. I'm just preparing. I put the chat here. I can see the chat inside the chat system, and also I'm waiting if you have any question. Do you have any question anyway? Bahar tak bahar ni? Ha? Sonyap jom. Bahar. Good, good, good. Okay, if you have, you can just ask me if you have any question. Okay, if you feel you uncomfortable to ask in English via the chat, you can ask in Bahasa. Even though you can directly ask me in Bahasa also during the session, I will answer in English because we have our special guest here. Okay, clear? Alhamdulillah. So we go here. And now we enter to the universal design. You have to understand the disability first before we go for the universal design. Why? Because universal design is the process in which the design and product and environments to be usable to the greatest extent possible by people of all ages and abilities. Okay? All universal designed products and environments are accessible, usable, and inclusive. This one is product and environment. As you can see here, I would like to ask, please raise up your hand if you never use RAM. We have three pictures here. A wheelchair user who is using RAM, and then we have also our senior citizen, and we have also other people. Please raise up your hand if actually you never use RAM in your life. Ada tak? Everybody has used RAM, right? The tanjakan in bahasa is tanjakan. Me also use this one. Particularly when I was pregnant. So I am using tanjakan or RAM for me instead of using stairs. Because you know, when we have a very heavy, during our heavy pregnancy, it is hard for us to step on the stairs. So we are using the RAM. It is very easier. And when we actually the RAM is basically designed for the wheelchair users. When we actually design something, products or environment for the disabled, actually it will benefit to everybody. And remember, if you can see the second picture, we have a senior citizen with the those who are on the wheelchair, and we have also with the sticks, yeah, with the walking aids, yeah. So basically, instead of they are using stairs, they will benefit with the ramp. And also for the travelers with the wheel bag, yeah. So basically, ramp actually might is really helpful for travelers also with the heavy bags, yeah. So basically, again, when we when we create a very universal design products, so actually for the disabled, actually it may benefit to everybody. Okay, So because of it is very universal design concept is very meaningful benefit to the society. So education, actually we adapt this concept universal design and we bring universal design into education. We name it as universal design in education ataupun reka bersejagat dalam pendidikan, ya, in which we creating an inclusive learning environments that removes learning barriers. Remember, we have actually our previous 3 activities, we have learning barriers actually, yeah, and meets the needs of all students in terms of accessibility, usability, and inclusivity. Okay, so meaning that it is an approach to ensure that educational opportunities serve all students, regardless who you are, whether you are from rural area, or whether you are very rich people, whether you are poor people, whether you are disabled, whether you are not disabled. So we serve everybody. That one is my specialization, inclusive education, right? All right. So when we talk, I just want to introduce this just a little bit on the big picture of UDE or Universal Design Education. We have Universal Design for Learning. We have Universal Design for Instruction. Instruction here is not the arahan in bahasa. It is a teaching and learning, pengajaran. Yeah, instruction is not the arahan in bahasa, but it is actually defined as pengajaran. Teaching and learning, teaching and learning, how we teach, yeah. So because I am also inclusive educationist and also instructional technologist, so technology pengajaran. So we have also web content accessibility guidelines. So these 3 things actually encompasses on the universal design in education. But don't worry, I will not further discuss on these 3 things. We will only focus on the universal design for learning. But you need to know the definition. First of all, we have UDL, Universal Design for Learning. So these are actually the things that falls under Universal Design for Learning. The creation of an adaptable environment for everybody that remove the learning barriers and meet all learners' needs. Again, it's not only for the disabled student, but everybody, because we have full of characters. We have full of we have different preferences. So UDL is not only for disabled, but for everybody. But we tackle the disabled issues so that if we tackle the disabilities issues, so it will tackle and will cater the needs for all students. So the first one, multiple means of representation, multiple means of expression, multiple means of engagement. Okay, these 3 things that falls under UDL. And we have UDI, how to teach. UDL is quite big. UDI is more towards teaching and learning. So which is I will not discuss today more on UDI. Yeah? So these are actually the UDI. So we want to make sure our teaching and learning are equitable use, flexibility in use, simple and intuitive, perceptible information, tolerance of error, low physical effort, size and space for approach and use, and a community of learners and instructional climate. Okay, I just put here, just let you know, so you don't have to think about this yet. And we have also WCAG. Sometimes we actually more towards physical accessibility. We provide the ramp, we provide the handrails for the disabled, but we forget the accessibility of our web content. Because we have so many disabled over there, yeah, outside there, with the blind one, yeah, the totally deaf, yeah, and then we have those who can use only one hand, or maybe they cannot use, they don't have legs or arms. So how can they access our website or online content? So the simplest one, after this, I don't do right now. Please open your any websites and then please navigate that website without using mouse or the touchpad. Your touchpad there. Using the arrow to navigate. If you can do that in that particular website, the website is very, very accessible to cater for the needs for everybody. If not, if we have to use the mouse or touchpad, so we have to reload to our web content. Okay. So these are actually the something the things that actually falls under WCAG: perceivable, operable, understandable, and robust. Okay. Users must be able to perceive the content. Users must be able to operate and control the button sliders. So if they have to use mouse, not everybody can use mouse. Yeah, not everybody can use mouse. For instance, I have one of my student with only one hand and then have this difficulties to hold the mouse. So he has to use the arrow button up and down. So how can he navigate the website, the online materials? Yeah, it should be understandable, not confusing. Just like my boxes just now, and also robust. Yeah. Okay, 5 minutes break again, as I promised. We will see you after 5 minutes. Okay, dah. Mai balik. Do not leave group. Please. Answer yes. You are with me? Oh, yes, not why. Yes, please. Yes. Okay, thank you. Okay, kembali ke pangkal jalan. Please. Alright. Alright. Thank you very much for being with me. Sabar, yeah. Be patient with me. We have another half an hour before we open to our question and answer. Okay. Mushid. Yes, no. Okay. Alright. Alhamdulillah. Again. Okay, awak dah gelar Okay. Nasib korang tak kerja sekelas dengan saya. Tak saya pergi rotan. Okay. Alright. Again, we go back universal design in education. Yeah. So just now we have three. We have universal design for learning. We have WCAG and we have universal design for instruction. But today I would like to bring and then scope down the discussion on the universal design for learning. Yeah. Okay. If you have any question again, you can interrupt me anytime via chat, and also you just ask me directly. Don't worry. Okay. If you still remember just now, when we talk about universal design for instruction, okay, now I bring the roles of technology. Again, as I stated earlier, there is a possibility that you will teach slow learner student inside your class, or maybe physical disabled student inside your class, or maybe the partially sighted students in the class. We don't know. Yeah, we don't know. Okay. So basically, bukan nak takutkan ya. I'm not actually try to creating any panic, but panic button. But this is the reality. Yeah. Just now, if you see, just now two of our friends are disabled. Four of our friends are disabled. See, right? Okay. First of the thing that we can do is we provide multiple methods or means of representation. Again, not only disabled student, but everybody here in this session, we have various ways in receiving information and understanding information. In my case, even though I am instructional technologist, I love using technology. Dr. Hajah knows that I am obsessed with technologies. Yeah, Dr. Dish, Dr. Hadijah. However, in terms of receiving and understanding information, I am also using a pen and also a paper or book manually because I love writing. Yes, we have a special devices to write directly to our laptop. Again, I don't like that because I love using the ink. Again, see the differences? You can see the difference now. All right. And I don't like to read ebook. I love to read the physical book also. The way my preferences actually, even though I am an instructional technologist. Yeah. Okay, siapa cakap tadi? I prefer to write. Same here, yes. I prefer write manually. See, Dr. Basulnas also same like me. Okay. So basically, there is no one size fits all method that can meet the needs of all our students. Yeah, regardless whether they are disabled or not. We have differences here. Yeah. When I asked just now, if you have any question, you can ask me directly. None of you ask me directly. You just like to type. See, this is the pattern of our new generation. They love to type using the keyboard. Okay. In my case, I ask to write. I write to ask directly. Yeah. So basically, there is no one size fits all method that can meet the needs of all our students. Right? Oh, okay, Akmal. Okay, a good reason. My microphone is not functioning. Okay lah. I can accept that. Okay, Akmal. Okay. And then, especially if we have disabled student in our class. Yeah. So basically, the types of disability affects their learning needs. So again, please ask your students. early in the semester, whether they are disabled or not, or whether they need special treatment in your class. Yeah. All right. So how we can use the technology? It is again, it is not only for our disabled student, but also for everybody. Yeah. Do not limit to a single format of learning materials. How? Maybe you can provide printed notes, but I'm not sure whether you go for the face-to-face or online. If you go for online, you can just give the PDF version and then they can print it out by their own. But if now you have to go to the school, so you maybe put some printed notes, yeah, for them. Notes in an electronic format, because some of us love reading e-format, not me and Dr. Barcelona. We love to read the physical one. Yeah. Braille not printing if we have the blind, but this is not applicable for you right now. But maybe in future, if you will send as a teacher in the special school, you have to do this. Yeah. Visually disabled people will benefit from the alternative text function. Ini ramai tak tahu. Most of us do not aware this. Also known as alternative text in digital material that contain photograph or diagrams. For your information, the visually disabled people, beside Braille notes or Braille book, they also benefit the technology, use the technology to read their materials. We call it as a screen reader. Screen reader only can read in the format of Word or PDF. Again, not all PDF are actually can be read by our screen reader. If we just PowerPoint also can be read, Excel also can be read by our screen reader. But for the PDF, if we have the material like this, yeah, on the paper, and we scan it up, so even though it is a PDF, it has been converted into picture. So the screen reader cannot read this. How can we make sure that screen reader can read the text that we created? We have to save as PDF. That one the screen reader can read. But if we just PDF our text via scanner, so we have converted this one into unreadable material for our blind kids. Yeah. And then okay, we provided them with the PowerPoint. However, we are using the picture. This picture can be read by our disabled, by the screen reader. Okay, so we have alternative text. Okay, simple one. Okay, if you can see here, this is a picture. Okay, I just show you, this is a picture. If you right click here, you can see this alternative text. So, okay, I just show you here. So, when you right click the picture on your Microsoft Word, on your Word processor, on your PowerPoint PowerPoint or Excel, if you put the picture on that, you right click, the moment you right click, you will find ALT text, alternative text. So basically, you can describe the picture, the object that you use. For instance, here, it is in bahasa. Contoh bagaimana meletakkan alternative text untuk gambar dan foto. An example on how to put alternative text on the photos and pictures. So whenever the screen reader read the picture, this actually the sentences will be read by the screen reader. However, sometimes we just use a picture for the decorative. We put the flowers and so on so forth. So you don't have to describe if it's not real, if it is not related to our subject matter. Only if it is related to our subject matter. So if it is actually not related to our subject matter, just click on mark as decorative. So inshallah, when you do this for the picture, Okay, so basically all the pictures will be accessible to everybody. Here also, as you can see here, mine, I think I have put the alternative text. See? Pelajar sedang mengikuti kelas dalam talian melalui komputer. A student actually in the online class via computer. I put the alternative text here. All my pictures actually in my PowerPoint, because since I will distribute this PowerPoint, actually I put the alternative text so that it is accessible to everybody. So inshallah, make it universal designed. Yeah. All right. This one. Okay. Teaching recordings with subtitles, closed captioning are extremely beneficial for students who are learning disabled, not only learning disabled, but also visually impaired. Sorry, not visually impaired. I'm so sorry. Hearing impaired or both. I forgot to remove the visual impact. Okay, I am removing it here. Not only. Sorry, this is my mistake. All right, again. All right. So, Akmal, I'm gonna answer your question later, yeah. Okay. All right. Teaching recording with subtitles or closed captioning are extremely beneficial for students who are learning disabled and hearing impaired. Not only hearing impaired. We think that the subtitle is only for the deaf, but also for the learning disabled. Because sometimes, at one point, our students really need some time to comprehend our voice. So when we put the closed captioning, it is actually help them to comprehend more on our information. Okay. And again, it is also beneficial for our non-disabled student. The simplest thing, okay, I'm not sure, but actually, I think most of you watching Netflix. Ada tak? Are you watching Netflix? Or maybe iFlix? Or ada Korean movies? Ada tak? Guys, sudah lari. Yes. Okay. Okay. Yes. Yeah. So basically, me myself also, sometimes we becoming temporary disabled. What does it mean? Sometimes we are on the public transportation or in the noisy surrounding. No, in the noise surrounding. We open our Netflix, but we can't hear and we forgot to bring the headphone or earphone. How can we understand the Netflix or the YouTube? Yeah. So basically, in my case, while waiting for my turn in the hospital or in the bank, so yeah, quite boring while waiting for our turn. So I open the YouTube or I open the Netflix watching a movie. So basically, I just mute the videos, but I can understand via subtitle. So can you see the benefit of we come up with a closed captioning or subtitles as actually for our disabled student, but also it might benefit to everybody else other than disabled. And when we record our session, actually it also help not only for the slow learners to repeat the discussion, but also it also benefit our non-disabled student because they also can gain the benefit to watch again and again our lecture. So this is what we call as universal design. Yeah. So back to Akmal question. Right. Doctor, how can we make a braille note if you don't have the specialized machine? Okay, don't worry. For your information, UITM Disability Services Unit bought one. So if you need to print braille notes, so let us know. We will help you out. Or maybe you can just pay in. There are many services, braille services printing. We have one in Setapak by Malaysian Association for the Blind. They can print for you. Okay. All right. Do you have any question? Ulu, yes. Okay. Hold on. Okay, I have answered the question now. So again, This is what we call as universal design and using the technology to help everybody in our class. Yeah. And then we go for the second one, providing multiple means or methods of expression. Okay, in order to make sure that our student learning, we have to give opportunity for them to express what they know. Yeah, I know now your generation love the FSS, especially for your generation. You love to showcase what you know. You love to show to your teacher, you love to show to your lecturer what you know. So definitely, in order to ensure that our teaching and learning is universally designed enough, so as teachers, as educators, we have to provide multiple methods of expression. Okay, so basically to prove what they know. Okay, first, by utilizing technology, give choices in terms of assignment format, whether in written, presentation, oral test, report, video, or other format, as long as it meets the objective of the assignment. This is what I did, what I'm doing now. No, I did in my class. Somehow, some of my students love to write. Some of my students love to, they said, Cikgu, they call me Cikgu. Cikgu, I think I love to have a video report. We have the format. As long as they follow the format and it meet objective of the assignment, so allow them. Okay, but in your case, during your practicum, please refer to your mentor. Yeah, can you do that? Because you have to follow, you have to abide the rules and regulation. But if now, when you become a real teacher, you can do this. Flexibility in the means or in the methods of expression. Yeah. And then student can determine the forms of assessment format, whether a written, oral, or other form of test in accordance to their abilities and capabilities. Also, in my case, I allow this. As long as, and even in UITM, actually, we are allowed to do this. Yeah. Maybe some of the lecturers don't know, but actually, we have this. As long as the 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 assessment format is the assessment it actually it meets the objective of the assessment. Yeah, then and it's equal, the level of assessment is equal. So but you can just, it is just an analogy. I want to bake a cake, a chocolate cake. So maybe some of you just put the flour first, and after that the sugar. Some of you may put the sugar first, and after that the last one you put the flour. As long as it become a cake, it is acceptable. So this is also we call as pedagogy approach. Okay, I'm gonna put here, and UiTM also adapt this one, pedagogy approach. I have type on our chat, pedagogy approach. Okay, again, but do not do this during your practical. Please ask your mentor. Yeah, because you have to abide to the school. Okay, the last one is multiple means of engagement. How we encourage our students to participate in our class, whether online or the face-to-face. So we need to encourage them to in various ways. Just now here, I know you don't like to ask me directly, but you love to ask me and you love to participate via chat system. So we have to cover this. We have to acknowledge your student because at one point I remember when I did the same discussion with UM and UMP students, they love asking because the session was in bahasa Melayu or in Malay. So Malay language, so they can ask, and they were very active asking me directly instead of put the question in chat system. So maybe I don't know what happened today. You don't ask me directly. You love to type and ask me via chat and engage me via chat. Okay, it's okay as long as you participate. Okay. So we need to understand, identify our students' interest. Again, that's why if you still remember, just now, early in the session, I asked whether you are, I need to know whether you are disabled or not, whether your group of ages, yeah, whether you are young, you are middle age, or maybe you are senior, because different types of age has different preferences. For instance, in your case, yeah, you are adult learner. However, in my son's case, my youngest one, after Alco is 12 years old, he loves to watch. He loves to look at the information instead of read. That's why nowadays YouTube and then TikTok making money, because to tackle the needs and interests of the young generation. My son learned English via YouTube. He learns mathematics via YouTube. He learns many things via TikTok. So basically, engagement can be in various ways. Yeah. Okay. Acknowledge our students. Who are our students? So multiple means could be face-to-face class discussion. We can use social media, WhatsApp, Telegram, Instagram, TikTok as a discussion platform. In my case, for my student EDU 456, instructional technology. So I am using Telegram. Beside face-to-face, online face-to-face, I'm also using Telegram to cater for these needs of the student, because sometimes during our face-to-face, the students shy to us, but the most inactive student in my face-to-face are actually the most active students in my Telegram. So we have we have to tackle the needs of our student. That's why we need to have various platform for engagement. Okay. Using learning management system to encourage participation and discussion. In my case, I am using Google Classroom to discuss further. Beside face-to-face, I am also using the Google Classroom for the discussion. You might use two for the Google Classroom if you are using the online, if you are still to teach online via online, or maybe you also can use Google Classroom even though you are teaching face-to-face. Sometimes online is among the best one for them to integrate. They are not actually just like my son, my youngest one. He is so shy. He is a shy children. So any question, he loves to ask the teachers via the learning management system, via the Google Classroom, or via the WhatsApp application instead of face-to-face discussion. Okay, so we have to acknowledge this type of engagement. Okay, we cannot change their interest, but we have to come up with a variety of discussion platform for them to engage. All right. Okay. So, as a conclusion, when we talk about universal design in education, we respect and acknowledge diversity and differences in learning. As you can see here, these are my disabled students. Some of them has finished their study. As you can see here, some of them you can see the type of their disability. Some of them you cannot see what is actually their disability. Invisible and visible disability. These are some of a few of my students who are currently, only two of them are actually in the system, and the rest actually finish their study. Okay. And again, the two things for our students, not only for disabled, we provide opportunities, we provide support. It will enhance the performance and achievement of our student. Believe me, because I have went through this. I have do this for about nearly 10 years for our disabled student. Two things that we need to give to them: opportunities and support via one of the ways is via technology. Okay, we are so lucky now, we have technologies and make use of technology. Okay, that's all for me. We have another half an hour, 25 minutes to discuss. If you have any question, uh, back to you, Dr. Hana or Dr. Lia. Thank you very much. Assalamualaikum. You can contact me via 035 5544. Sorry, this one is not 2000. So I'm so sorry. I salah lagi. So I'm so sorry. Okay. This is my WhatsApp business. So for international, just add this one. I can be contacted directly via WhatsApp business at +603 5544 2023. Feel free to contact me if you have any question. And then thank you very much. Thank you very much for everybody. Oh, we have one question. Sorry, Mariani. What is the best practice or media to use for teaching to students with learning disabilities in school? Okay, Mariani, I cannot say which one is the best platform, which one is the best technology, because you have, the first of all, you have to know who they are and ask them their needs. From that, you can individual and personalize the learning. I cannot say that, okay, you can use menti.com, you can use Mentimeter, you can use we have so many technologies in the cyberspace, but the best technology, the best media, it is depending on our student. That's why at the moment you enter to the class, you have to know who are our students. And from that, we can tackle their needs. If majority of our students are poor, from the poor students, definitely they cannot use the handphone. It depends who the demographic of our student. I cannot say the best media, the best practice. It is also depending on who are our student. That's why the moment you enter to the class, yeah, make sure that you do a need analysis, need assessment. Just I did just now. I asked the simplest one. I asked who you are, whether you are disabled or not, your age, your background, so that I know the your demographic background in the simple way, so that to tackle the needs of our students. Okay. So, thank you very much, Dr. Barcelona and all beloved Philippines students. Nice meeting everybody here. And I open Dr. Barcelona for our further collaboration later, insyaAllah. Yeah. Thank you very much, Dr. Lia, Dr. Hana.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Alright.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you so very much to TS Dr. Roslinda Alias, who has given us so much information, for you students, insyaAllah, to be more aware of disabilities education, Okay. Akmal, raise your hand. You have a question? Anybody? Last question?
You can ask in Bahasa also. Don't worry, guys. I can answer
No,
in English.
okay.
Okay.
Alright. I think they are all looking forward for
Tired.
their lunch.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
just one closing question from me, Dr.
Alright.
Linda, to benefit our students here, as I said earlier, they are not going to teach disabled students. They are going to normal daily schools.
Yes.
But in class, probably we have, right, students with disabilities, learning disabilities or
Yes.
whatever, but we don't diagnose them. So
Yes.
how can they be aware or take note of this kind of students in normal classroom?
Okay. First of all, can I know whether they will go face to face or online?
It depends on the states where they are going, but most schools are talking about face to face.
Alright. If you have a face-to-face session, it is much easier to identify them. First of all, the simplest one, they will not talk much in the class. They will feel shy, or maybe at one point, especially if you have to teach the last class. We
The
have
last
A,
class.
B, C, D, and we have, for instance, we have six class. The last class, the high probability, some of them actually are disabled, but they are not diagnosed yet. So you can actually know they do not know how to read properly, their behavior quite sometimes, because they are not well performed in the class, so they need our attention. They will do something that
Attract.
something silly to attract or maybe they might quite naughty in our class. So please pay attention to that. Maybe they are actually disabled. We don't know. So basically, we can see the differences. We can detect the differences then. But you have to know who is student, and you have to mingle around with your student. Do not have a barrier with your students. Inshallah, you will know time to time. Right?
Okay, thank you, Doctor. There is one question from Stephen from Philippines. Yeah.
Yes, yes.
What is the best way to make students motivated to learn in the class?
Sorry.
What is the best way to make
Okay.
students motivated to learn in the class?
Again,
You were
and
talking about weak students, right?
weak student, right? Okay, again, if we go back to our discussion just now, we have multiple means of again, I'm gonna share again, yeah, so that I love to show so that people, okay, multiple means of expression, multiple means of representation. Okay, sorry, yeah. Okay, this one. Again, we go back to here. Principles of UDL actually has covered your question actually. First of all, we provide them with multiple means of representation. So basically, we just not just go for chalk and talk. Beyond that, discussion, ask them to give the answer. So the active interaction in the class. So and we enhance them. The most important thing is the second one, means of expression. Because we cannot ask them, okay, please raise up your hand if you know the answer. Definitely, I can say that two-thirds of the class won't answer the question because they have different preferences. So we actually have to acknowledge differences of our students. Just in my case, if you are not lucky enough, if I am in the class, because I will ask many questions, you will tired with me. But if you will have another students, just like my youngest one, he is so shy and he won't answer the question if you don't ask him, if you don't acknowledge, if you give the opportunity to him to showcase his or her abilities. Sometimes we forget, we just pay attention on the active one, we forget the non-active one, because they have their preferences, and we are not giving enough opportunity for them to be part of our class. So basically, make sure that we have fair enough. We have to be fair to everybody and acknowledge differences among our students. So that's it. I believe on that. Opportunities and support. Okay, doctor.
Okay, all right, great. Yeah, there are so many things to learn from you. Oh, Dr. Barcelona, you have a question. Last question.
Actually, it's not a question, Dr. Leah.
Yeah,
It's more of some thoughts that I learned from the talk of Dr.
sure.
Linda, if that is okay.
Yes, yes. Go ahead.
I got two important learning takeaways this today from the talk of Dr. Linda, and it's really beautiful to listen to how these things are looked into, especially now in the pandemic period. We have so many things to think about on how our students should be taken care of. And I'd like to point two things which I personally have certain reflections on. The first one is on the online learning against the face-to-face learning. While it's really true that it's really easy to detect people with disabilities, whether they are visible or visible in face-to-face learning, it's contrary, very opposite in online learning. In
Yes,
fact, we have experienced a lot of difficulties looking at them or seeing them, considering that most of them are not turning on their cameras. We can hardly talk to them uh, verbally because so some of them would just be writing in the chat systems, and
mm,
it's really really difficult. It's really even more challenging.
yes,
However, that is the essence of being a teacher, to be challenged at all costs and explore creativity in order for us to be able to give our best to our students.
yes,
Secondly, in order for us to be able to give to our students, is what Dr. Linda was saying about many means of representation of helping them. And I think one of those is really the preparation of instructional materials. The materials that will not be just be focused on Procostes bed or one fit size fits all, but really for everyone. And that
Yes.
is very beautiful. Although there are also pitfalls of that, because that would mean to say that the teachers will really have to be doing a lot of preparations, a lot of hard work in order to cater to all the types of learners that we have. But I believe that what is the common denominator among all of these things is what is best for learning and what is best for our students.
Yes.
Regardless of how many the preparations we do, if this is intended for our students, I don't think that tiredness would succumb us, but instead we would be inspired and be motivated to do even more. Thank you
Yes,
very
indeed.
much again, Dr. Linda.
Thank you, Dr. Barcelona.
Yes, thank you very much for that nice and beautiful conclusion for our session, Dr. Barcelona. And again, yeah, I think we should stop now to give way for lunch and break. Thank you so much for our counterparts from Philippines, Dr. Barcelona and students. Yeah, thank you so much to Dr. Roslinda Alias for the um, full of contents lecture. Yeah, and I hope our students and those from Loudest College has also learned a lot about students with physical disabilities. Okay, let's take a break and come back at 2:30 for another interesting session approaching students from different background. I think this is also a good topic for our students. Okay, thank you so much, everybody. Have a good break.
Okay.
See
All
you
the
at
best,
2:30.
everybody.
Thank you,
Okay.
Dr. Linda. Thank you,
Bye.
Dr. Barcelona and
Assalamualaikum.
students. Bye.